Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I am just trying to connect my Facebook, so just bear with me. I hope you are having a good last day of 2025. It is, isn't it amazing that we are at the end of um, another year and we have the opportunity to embark on a new year tomorrow. So, what are your plans for today? I am having quite a rather quiet day, and I know I was meant to go live at 1 o'clock, but guess what? I slept in, and I got up quite late because I stayed up till 5 watching movies because that's the beauty of being on holiday. So, hence, I have no set alarm, and I am going as I please. So, I got sucked into watching some movies and I went slept in. And so I thought I'll go in later. And because I am having a very quiet New Year's, I'm probably going to be doing some coloring again with my daughter. And we are going to just take it easy. Have you got a big New Year's plan? Let me know. Uh, but thank you so much for spending this day with me and spending some time with me. I do appreciate it. I know lots of you have probably lots of plans for today. And even if you're catching the replay, let me know. It might be the new year at this time. So, whatever time you're watching, I hope you find inspiration in what I share with you. Today, I am working with a bundle. I is a first time for me. I have had this. It was released in December. I'm getting it's an online exclusive. So because we're having quite a few, I got this probably back in November, and this is the Friendly Foliage Bundle, and it, as I said, it's in our online exclusive range. So therefore, you will not find this in the store. You will find it just you will not find it in a catalog. Sorry, you will find it in the online store only. What I loved about this, it's just looks so different to any of our other floral or foliage sets. It's just something different. So that's what appealed to me. So I hope you find it a bit interesting, a little bit different as I share with you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rochelle Leard Smith. I'm from Stamping Flair. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I am based in Melbourne. So it is 4 o'clock today in Melbourne, and in just a few hours, we'll be ushering in 2026. So that is very exciting. Lots of exciting plans for the new year. And at the moment, we just don't know what date is. Kind of thing is just in limbo between Christmas and New Year, isn't it? So let me turn the camera around and we can start crafting. I do have some sort of idea where I'm going with this, but no finished card in mind. So bear with me as we craft and you see my process. I love process videos. I love watching people just work through um, things and work through their ideas. And I love doing that sort of thing. And I hope you enjoy seeing my process as I craft and how I come to some ideas and maybe readjust things. I am following the Sketch a Stamping Fancy Friday for this month, which was a really nice sketch, and I think um, is it's a nice one you can use over and over again with different with papers or different products you may have. Whatever products you're using, I'm using Stamping Up products. Uh, so this is our new packaging. These are the dies, and this is the stamp set. So it's rather an unusual one. As I was saying, our new packaging is comes in exactly the same size, so it's easy for storage. Now I found that instead of having to pull this out all the time, I'm finding I'm just putting that flap inside, so I'm not having to keep opening it. That's I found that a bit easier for myself. You will find something that works for you with everything new. New systems and things, you just have to work out what works best for you. There's plenty of ideas out there, but this is what I just found, and I actually store because I'm storing upright. It's okay, I store it behind, so I'm not constantly pulling this out as well. just to keep it a bit intact. That kind of worked out for me. I will be using some of the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper, which is also part of our online exclusives range, which dropped this month, and it is really, really cute paper, and it has different sort of hobbies or little. It's got cooking and gardening and crafting on that paper. Really cute paper. The paper itself is worth it, so just get it. It's got die cuts in it. You can do lots and lots with it. So um, add that to your stash. It's a really fun paper. Definitely worth adding to your stash. All right, so I'm just have basic white, and I was playing around with this set just to see how it operates because I did not touch it till today. So you know how you kind of normally when you're in a rush, you're always reaching out for what you know. So I'm going to be using this stamp, and it's quite easy to use, like the dies and stuff. So I'm using Granny Apple Green and Garden Green as my combo. I've gone with like a basic palette because it it's new to me, and sometimes sticking with basics uh, when I'm playing with something just very, very, I just thought I'll just play it safe without going a bit too crazy. All right. Hi, Sandra. Happy New Year to you too. I hope you have a lovely year filled with good things. Wishing all of you the same thing. Good crafting times and happiness and good health. Now I'm taking my garden green, and this is just to add a little bit of some definition and depth. Just going to dab on a bit of garden green here and there towards the bottom. Okay, this is just a quick way. You can use a sponge dauber as well, and just stamp that in, and it gives you just a bit of a double tone there. You can use any colors you want. Try different colors. So with these dies, you get an outer die that just pops in like that. And if you wanted to, you can just cut that out and use it as is. There's also an inner die which will cut all the little bit, which is really cute. I thought it was like quite nice and detailed. And as I said, I didn't know what to kind of expect because I hadn't worked with this. So it's always good to just try and see what happens. Can't go wrong. Well, you can, but if you don't try, you never know. So then this kind of pretty much just pops in there. And it's just going to cut out all those little bits so it'll look really nice. So, and I'm just running it one pass. I mean, when I tried it, I just did it in one pass and I held my breath and I thought, oh, it's probably going to be all askew, but it wasn't. It was fine. Thanks, Sandra. Yeah, I've not been hectically cleaning today. I just like thought, it is what it is. Today I thought, oh, you want I've just been chill. The new year gets what the new year gets. I've been cooking for tonight, and I've been doing a very traditional sort of Sri Lankan New Year thing, and it's called milk rice. It's cooked in it's rice cooked with in coconut milk. So I'm going to be doing that later. I've already cooked some chicken curry, and that's sort of a traditional New Year's thing. So making that. Cassidy says I don't make enough curry, so she's very happy. And then we just run this through. So the rice is cooked with coconut milk, and it's like flavored with a cinnamon quill and just a bit of salt. And so you can have it like as a sweet, but we normally have it with curry. But yeah, we can have it like with a palm sugar, which has been, uh, how do I say, it's hardened kind of thing. That's another way we have it. I'm just poking those out. Use your I'm using my scissors. There's a much easier way with the take epic tool. Same thing. But all right, so that's what comes out. Isn't that nice? It's just a cute little detailed. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to be using this paper, which is that Hobby Haven Designer Series paper, and that's got the kitchen stuff on the back. But I'm a gingham fan, so I love my gingham. And I've got some basic white as a matte layer. Can't go wrong with your basic white. And you can use maybe, even if you want to go a deeper color, you could go the garden green. And I'm going to emboss this. Now what I thought, I'll emboss with, I didn't want to go something more stripy, and because we have the checks on the designer series paper, so I thought we'll go with the So Swirly embossing folder, because I wanted something with a bit more pattern everywhere kind of pattern. We'll emboss that, and then I've got a little bit more die cutting, and I'll show you the die I'm going to use in a second. I've got to go and check my comments on Facebook because I come on 2 different systems and it wasn't always showing me everything. Yeah, go check that out. So I got that, and I think that gives a nice, a simpler pattern for the stripes and checks might just be that little bit too much. I felt it's worth a try. I'm gonna get some basic beige because that's our card. That's what I'm using for base, for a card base. And again, test it with different colors. I was just picking whatever I had, and I thought, oh, that's a more neutral color. Now, this particular die is from the Lovely Arrangements bundle, which is an online exclusive coming in January. On January 6th, it will be launching. It's available right now. If you purchase the starter kit, it's available for demonstrators right now. So for this die, and there's another background die in that Lovely Arrangements, I think that bundle is worth it just to get that die. It's a nice background die. So I'm going to die cut that. And there's a lot you can do with this. Now, when you pull this out, look at those little things. I think the little diamond can be, that's another story. That's another creative avenue for me to follow. But there's so much. This is such a fun background. No, I'm not saving those diamonds. If I need it, I'll shortcut it again. That's next level coding, I think. But so what I'm going to do is cut these right up. So I'm going to cut the two corners. You can use the in-between ones as well. If you're trimmed it nicely. And get a bit of scrap. And I'm still working out what color I'm using, but we'll do some stamping on these two little pieces. So I think 2 pieces are sufficient for what I need. Take any sort of splatter stamp you have. I've literally just looked through my stash and picked this one, which is the Weekend Adventures, and I'm just going to use that. So whatever you have, use it. You can just splatter with a stamping blend or a stamping art marker, whatever you've got. I just thought this gives you the base, and then you can do the splatters with your markers. It just saves your brush tips and things like that a little bit. So now I have to work out what color I'm doing it in. I hadn't thought that far. I had thought a little bit, not that much. Let's try basic beige. I think keep it tone on tone. Right. So it's got, and then I can do a bit of darker, but it gives you a bit of some nice texture. You can go more. I will, let me think. Maybe some pecan pie would be nice, just for a bit of brown. Yeah. You can just go across like that. Doesn't that look nice? It gives just that nice texture. Just do a little bit on that one. Going to bring in my piece of designer series paper, and we're going to create a border out of this, and we'll just stick this in here. You can see that. Maybe I'll bring that in a bit. So just put a bit of glue, and all you're going to do is just, as much as you want that border to be visible, just use it like that. And then we can do the rest, and maybe I might move that so it's like equal on either side. So that much of a muchness in that. It's a bit trickier to try and marry it up on the sides. You're going to get half on one side, it doesn't matter. But I think that's a nice effect, and then you can use that in that manner to give you a nice scalloped edge. Okay, so you can line that up excuse me, on your grid paper, just to be certain. I generally eyeball it. It doesn't, not that I'm always 100%, but it's okay. Right, so just by moving, pushing that to the left a bit, it looks a little bit more aligned. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sandra. So it's just a little bit of fun having with that. Yeah, that's it. I love that die in that set. That's so fun. All right. So if we do that like that, and then we bring that there. Right? So because I was following a sketch, this is quite a simple card in the sense of it's quite clean and might bring in a little bit of a pick and pie piece just to add a border. And because I said I have not planned this, I have not prepared my pick and pie piece. So I'm rummaging just to add. That might be a bit. Oh no, it'll be fine. I do my best work under pressure. Well, I don't know about that, but my ideas come under pressure. How about you? It's like my brain starts working. Because you've got no choice now, you've got to work. That's I'm always the last minute person in the lounge. I feel I've just cut that. There was a bit of a kink in that, and I didn't want that. All right, just like that. I think it just gives it a good finish. Everyone works differently, and some need more time and more space, and then there's us, people like me. If I thought about this yesterday, it wouldn't have happened. Yeah, that's okay. So it just finishes it off, I think, like that. All right, we can glue that on. Do I put linen thread? Yes. I'm thinking before I stick it on, I'll wrap some linen thread. And again, seriously, there's my double-sided tape here. Here it is. I don't do the wrapping around a lot. I normally put the thing at the end, but I think it might be nice just around here. Just around there. Generally, if you press that down, the top comes off easier. On the double-sided tape, yeah. And then I'm just turning that round. So instead of wrapping it and losing a bit of my linen thread, I'm just taking it like that. Just saves a bit of your ribbon or whatever you're using. I'll just secure it with another piece of double-sided tape. And then I'll tie a bow after, but for now this will do. You've still got your double look there. Not wanting to play my glue. And then that's what happens. All right. Let's glue that. And then we got this sound. So it's pretty easy in the sense of like not too many layers or anything like that. This also has other little foliage, so you can use that. You could back this with another piece, or maybe dimensionals. I don't know what I was thinking. Mini dimensionals. Yeah, you could back it with another piece of cardstock if you wanted to. Like you could, there's different ways to use it. As I said, this is my first play, so give it a try. But I think this is just something just a little bit different, and it's nice to play with something product. You get flowers, and everyone goes, "Oh, more flowers," and yeah, well, something different. But flowers are always popular. We say more flowers, but then we go, we still like it. I'd add another one because we haven't got like I can cut more. I might do that. Just cut a little bit because of that edge. I want it sticking up a bit. And it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit on the sides, I think. So it's not doesn't flop. Takes a little bit more work this, but I think it just makes it look nicer. And then if we put when we put our sentiment on top, it'll sit better. Take those off as I put it so I remember. A couple more. Split it between the top and the bottom. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right. So quite easy. We'll put a sentiment. Now for the sentiment, we do, that set comes with a few different sentiments, and you can pick what you like. So you've got whatever you got. We've got here for you, wishing you all the best. Get well soon. Thinking of you. So it's got a nice mix of sentiments in this. And I didn't even think, yeah. So yeah, so it's thinking of you is nice. Sending love. I do like that. Thinking of you. What's gonna fit better? Let's get well. Thinking of you. Let's do thinking of you. A different font. I've been using the very simple fonts lately on all my cards. Going through a stage. So let's be different. And we'll do it. And stamp it in pecan pie. One. I'm going to bring in back that basic beige. Will that work? No, let's just be safe. That's all right. Could have been better. A little bit, maybe. It's a nice slim, like a fine. That's the word I'm going. Not slim, fine font. I'm going to trim that down. That's another thing. I went. You know, you go through stages of cutting around sentiments and all. I think I'm past. I went past the stage now. I'm not in that stage. Anyway, you just go through crafting stages. What's your stage? Crafting stage at the moment. Funny. Maybe I'll do that here. Yeah, that might be nice. And because I can't help myself, let me not lose that sentiment. Where is my stamp? I might do a little bit of stamping on the sentiment. Let me get a leaf stamp. And I'm going to use a very big stamp, but it's just what I, because all my other stamps are mounted, or the clear blocks I've mounted. And I'm using Granny Apple Green. I'm going to try it on the back just to see how it looks. Yeah, I think that's nice. Right? Just like a little accent. The stamping off first, so you get sort of a background there. It doesn't look stark. Right. Trim that a bit. And then it ties in a bit, I think. I like a little bit of background stamping. What do you think? How does that look? All right. Get some big dimensionals for this. Put that back a bit. All right, we can put this on. And yes, again, I might put a double on this side on the right because this one's already raised a bit. It may be a little bit topsy-turvy, but it's all right. Okay. So quite a clean in the sense of very fresh, I would say, card. I'm going to tie a bow on the side. Yeah. Thank you for sticking with me as I go through process here. And just some linen thread. Oops, lost me knot. You feel like sometimes you need 3 hands when you tie a bow. Then we can adjust. A glue dot and I'm kind of putting it in the center because that's where all our elements are, the focal elements. And that can stick like that. And we just need some embellishments, and then I'll fix the inside just so we can tie it all in. Now I did pull out these because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go more. Oh, that's quite nice. And then I did pull out some greeny ones. That's descriptive, greeny ones. The low profile sparkle dots because I wasn't sure, but I'm quite thinking I like these, which is the pressed flower motifs, and I think they're from the Gallery Bloom. Sweet. I think it brings that more rustic kind of look to it. Maybe maybe I'll go like that. Oh, I see. Can you see I've got a bit of pecan pie somehow? I must have had it on my hand, which is okay. It looks like a bit of splatter. We can accentuate the splatter if needed, but that's all right. I'm leaving it. I know it's on my hand. I can see it. And then maybe one up here. Maybe one up here. That might be nice. All right, just because I've got a bit of a funny look there, I'm going to just, so that looks like I purposely did this, which you know I didn't, right? I'll balance it out here, and I'll balance it out with some there, so it doesn't look awkward. You don't want anyone to feel awkward, and then it doesn't look really too odd. Now for my inside, what did I have? Did I have a bit? I have cut. No, let's do this. Inside that, we'll stick that down. We can cut another piece of pecan pie just to bring that in together. But let's stamp some of this greeny thing, leaves, just to tie it somehow in. Just I'm kind of eyeballing where I want it. stamped it off. Okay, just for some interest. This is going to come down in a wash again. Yeah, look at those cute images on the back of it. You could sit and if you love fussy cutting, I mean, you don't have to. There's a whole 2 sheets of die cuts, which are really nice in this Hobby Haven Designer Series paper. But there's a lot more images to fussy cuts. Oh my goodness, you'll have a ball if you love fussy cutting. You could just sit down and watch a movie like I did last night, and I didn't fussy cut. I was doing my hair. And a little bit of pick and tie to tie it in. Very easy. Inside, I haven't gone crazy. Just a very simple one. Inside, you could do some die cuts if you prefer. If that's your jam, or you've got time. Sometimes it's a lot to do with time too. How much time have you got to fix do things, isn't it? All right, and then we'll do the outside, a bit of stamping again, and I might put some DSP. I think I had cut some, but for now I will just leave it as that. And even that looks pretty. I love that leaf, it's lovely. All right, so our card's done. You can check out the sketch at Stamping Fancy Friday. I will post it up so you can see it on Facebook. You don't have to go looking, but if you do want to play along, you can play along as well. But it's a nice little sketch. You just have that panel down and this square or rectangle element and a sentiment. So that's where I replaced that rectangle with this. This was perfect for that actually, and I thought that was really, really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I appreciate you joining me this New Year's Eve. It has been lovely to spend it with you. You have spent 2 days rearranging your dies. Yes, I need to do that, Sandra, because I kind of need to adjust my shelving height, because at the moment it's just fitting my stamps, and I've got a container that is just enough for the old height, and so I need to take everything off and rearrange it. So yeah, I'm in kind of the same boat, and I've been kind of procrastinating, probably because but now I've had no time, and now is a good time to do it. Yeah, so that New Year's is a good time to reconfigure and work out what you uh, how you want to redo your craft room, or just do things new and fresh. A fresh start, isn't it? Even changing your desk in a different way is nice too. Just jigging something makes it just fresh and makes it all new. Change is as good as a holiday, they say. So sometimes just makes it nice. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a lovely, lovely new year. Stay safe, and I look forward to sharing lots of creativity with you next year. God bless, and have a happy new year. Bye bye.